pay a lot of money for mine. I overpay for mine.
All right, we're live right now.
Oh, we're actually live?
Yep.
Hello and welcome to the Drunken Submarine Podcast.
I'm David.
I pay a lot.
And this is Sammy right here.
I overpay.
All right, we're live right now.
What am I? Oh, we're actually. I'm listening to my own audio.
Yeah,
we're live right now.
That proved that we're live.
How's life?
Life is it's good. I get to relax. It's like I have a 7:30 meeting in the morning. I don't even have to get out of bed for it. Can keep the lights off.
Yeah, dude. Crazy times we're living in.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Gotta stay healthy, gotta stay indoors. And don't cough. I'm doing the opposite of what the doctor says.
I saw a joke saying it used to, the joke was like, I'm outside playing with my friends and my mom's yelling, "Hey, get back inside and start playing video games." It's like, what games?
Yeah, that'll never happen. What happened?
How are you doing?
I'm posting up on Snapchat right now that we're live.
People might be bored enough to actually listen in right now.
I know. That's why I'm like, we got to put this up. Drunken Submarine Podcast on YouTube.
Do you have a Zoom? Apparently Zoom is like the really popular thing right now.
That's all I've been using for all my meetings.
Oh, okay. I haven't used it yet. I just keep seeing that everyone's using it.
I've seen a lot of group, like, friend chats on there. All right.
Fitting enough, John doesn't know we're on a podcast, but he said, "Did you see Louis the Child is collaborating with Chelsea Cutler in Quinn 92?" I did see that.
I did. Yes. We all follow Quinn on
yeah,
Instagram.
exactly.
Put it up there, right? So, yeah. So what have I been up to? I just started working from home today. Pretty much have all the time in the world to do a podcast, and yeah, life is good. Life is good. I started a new playlist today.
What's
on
that?
Spotify. I always try and keep things fresh. And the one that I started today is called Clout Meter, and it's all about good clout.
What does that even mean? Is it pop music? Is it what genre is it?
More rap.
Rap, okay.
Clout is such a rap term. Although there's some pop in there. I got some Billie Eilish in there. Some, yeah.
All right. So I want to say something because I know it's like all right. I know it's I know people are focused on certain things with the virus or whatever, but it's actually an even sadder day than that. Not a Saturday.
That's not even important.
Not even a Saturday, but a sadder day.
Sadder day.
Yes.
The coronavirus isn't even important. This is important.
This is important.
What we're about to tell you.
Yeah. And some people have used this guy to make some awful videos recently about the song Imagine, but it has been 14,357 days since the passing of John Lennon.
I disagree with you, David.
What do you say? Oh, you liked it?
I agree with the days. I thought that video was hilarious.
I actually didn't watch the video. I just saw all the backlash.
Well, they cut to John Mayer, and John he's literally singing Imagine by Ariana Grande. And it's the complete, it like takes a turn real quick, and it is the funniest thing in the world to watch.
I know some people are like, why would you, during a time where everyone's dying, start a song with Imagine There's No Heaven? That just seems like a bad idea.
I didn't even think about that. Oh man, hold on, I'm looking for it right now. We won't get copyrighted, would we?
Let's find out. We might. Well, probably not for that, because it's not. I doubt they copyright.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Diggity Dog and a variety of other celebrities released a rendition of John Lennon's Imagine, went far and wide across the internet. I have to come clean about something. They actually asked me to be a part of this, and I totally misunderstood the assignment and thought they wanted me to sing Imagine by Ariana Grande from her 2019 smash hit album, Sweetener. They were nice enough to send over a cut. Take a look. Imagine there's no heaven. Easy if you try. No hell below us. Me with no makeup, you in the back. All the people living for today. You now imagine a world like that. John here with a curtain.
I thought that was hilarious.
Is that the original video, or was that him making fun of the original video?
That he was actually invited to be in the video, but he genuinely made that mistake, and they sent him like a make fun of cut. That's not the cut that was released.
Okay.
But that's the cut he released.
That one's awesome. He thought that was I like that one. The other one was just kind of weird, I guess. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. It's fine. That's hilarious.
I saw that. Oh man.
He's the best. I want to see him live pretty bad. He's become like.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
You know he doesn't drink, right? He's against alcohol. Well, he's not against alcohol. He just doesn't drink anymore.
Well, you can't be when if you're a musician and you're against alcohol, you're just gonna lose money.
He drank. He went to I don't. Maybe you're the one that told me this story. Were you the one that told me this story? We talked about it on this podcast, I think. A couple seasons ago, we talked about John Mayer went to Drake's 25th or 30th birthday party, and they just got destroyed. And a lot of bad decisions were made, but a lot of great memories were made. And he actually, that's the day he quit drinking after that day.
I do remember that. I didn't tell you that, but we definitely talked about it. Yeah.
It's happened. We talked about it on the podcast, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we did. I remember that. John Mayer. So then, yeah, I guess in unfortunate news, we had Dave Grohl play some sort of live thing last night.
Why is that unfortunate?
Well, because the Foo Fighters are awful.
Oh, you want to tell us why?
I will. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write up I don't want to call it like a novel. What would you call it if you were gonna write up like a? You know what? I'll even make an event. We'll host an event. We'll do it next week, and I'll listen to everyone's comments on this, and I'll write up a whole entire thing about what's wrong with them. And we'll go over it next week.
One of my most recent messages sent to me. I'm in the wrong group message. Hold on. One of my most recent messages sent to me in a group message was a screenshot from Dave Grohl, who opened up a new account called Dave's True Stories. and he's writing anecdotes during this quarantine.
What does that mean? Like, what do you mean by that?
Would you like me to read you one? They're a bit long,
Yes.
though, so maybe I'll just forward it on to you. It's long. They're pretty cool. I like it. I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool idea.
Is it just like thoughts that he has while he's sitting around doing nothing?
Yeah. So like his first post was, "Hi, my name is Dave. Sometimes I play drums, sometimes I play guitar, sometimes I tell stories. I'm currently looking for work, so I thought I'd pass the time by writing true short stories that will make people smile. I'm also a total fucking spaz who can't sit around doing nothing. My mother was a brilliant English teacher. My father was a wicked speechwriter. So I decided to rebel by not paying attention to grammar and or punctuation in school. That and cranking death metal 24/7 from my bedroom stereo. So have mercy, not going for a Nobel Prize in literature here. I look forward to sharing some of my more ridiculous moments in my life with you. Stay tuned and wash your effing hands."
Yeah, that's a guy that's full of himself.
He titles them, and then he writes these great stories. I mean, they're amazing. I'd check it out. I'm gonna forward it over to you. If anybody that's watching wants to see it, it's called Dave's True Stories, and they're actually quite interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like a guy that's full of himself, just trying to, get his name out there and brag and act like he's somebody more than he is.
Get his name out there. Everybody knows who Dave Grohl is.
Yeah, but he's still trying to be relevant, and he thinks he's the best.
He is relevant. Speaking of, I also want to say, do you remember that game that I said we should play a while back?
No.
Where I said, when you open up Spotify, there's that right bar, the bar on the right side of the screen, where it says Friends Activity, and you read your top 3-4 people listening to music and what songs they're listening to?
Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
Do you have Spotify on your computer or not? Yeah, let's go, David. Oh, no, it says go to download.
Here, I've got it on.
That's
I've got it on my phone. There's got to be a way to do this. I can probably do it on the website, right? I forgot you can see my screen right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching you on your screen. You probably can do it from the website. You cannot do it from your phone, though. I don't know why.
But I think it's interesting. There was a bunch of people that did like live concerts last night all together. We had.
Did you see that? Did you see that? The Dropkick Murphys, for the first time ever, did not, for the first time for like 25 years, did not perform on St. Patrick's Day live.
No, I didn't know that.
They did a live stream, but they did not perform.
What a bummer.
Kind of interesting.
Oh, come on.
You got to click the Spotify thing up in the upper left.
Wasn't that premium?
Oh.
So, anyways, what I was trying to say is it wasn't just Dave Grohl. There was Billie Eilish, Alicia Keys, Camila Cabello, and Shawn Mendes all did home concerts last night.
Are they still on the internet?
I went to Dave Grohl. For Dave Grohl's, I did actually listen to his because I just went back on Twitter after I saw it existed. But I didn't.
You like the food.
I assume all of them are online.
Okay, I'll check it out. Did you figure it out? Push the upper left. It says Spotify right there. Click it.
I did
Scroll
nothing.
down. Scroll down.
I'm down.
Scroll up. I can't see it. Open web player right there, dude.
Look at this.
No, you just.
No, look at the song.
Why?
Which one is it?
I'm assuming it's for your nephew.
No, it was for me.
What are you doing?
It was 100% for me.
Okay, whatever.
I was just going to the wedding, and I was like, what do I listen to before a wedding? And that was my go-to.
Oh, maybe it isn't on the right of your screen.
I'm on the right thing at least, though. All right, well, that was a fail.
Well, that's a bummer, because I was going to say, well, leading into it, I just wanted to say I do have a friend currently that's listening to I'll Stick Around by the Foo Fighters.
Probably because of this whole thing. Because he was playing live last night and his name's out. See, that's all he was trying to do. He's just a fraud trying to make money.
Yeah, you're right. What do you think is the most underrated song released in 2020?
Is that a question somebody asked you?
No, this is what I'm asking you. Because I've been meaning to ask you.
I like that question. Most underrated? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking overrated. Most underrated song.
That was at the end of 2019. Ugh. All right. Well, I have mine. If I can't use that one, I have it.
All right, go. Were you gonna say The Box is underrated?
No, I'm joking.
I'm like, I'm still okay with you saying that because I still love that song somehow. I don't know
I
how.
love that.
I don't know how it doesn't get old, but it just keeps going.
No.
All right, what's yours?
Great.
I don't know if I can even pull one out.
What's mine? I have two.
Well, give me one of them.
Okay. You only want one?
Well, I need you to give me one since I don't have one.
Bang by AJR is a good one for you.
Bang?
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Bang? Like
Good
Bang
song.
Energy?
Yep. I listened to it.
And then the other one that I like, and this is, I think it's underrated, is Blinding Light by Weeknd.
Blinding Light by Weeknd. Is that the one that just started to blow up by them?
Oh, it's one guy.
Well, I know.
I don't know. Did it just start blowing up? Let me check the charts here.
Yep, it's the number 2 song right now.
Oh. It was underrated at one point.
I do like it, though. It's different for the Weeknd, too.
It. It's got like an 80s vibe to it, and I love that.
Yeah, it just sounds different for them. It's not so...
It sounds like... It sounds like... Ooh, blinded by the light.
Let's see what just happens if we do this.
If we do what?
Play it on here.
I can't hear it. It's going into your ear pod.
You can't hear anything? They can hear it.
Are you sure? I can't hear a thing.
Yeah, look at my desktop audio. It's going nuts.
Oh, you're right. right. Yeah, you're bouncing. Yeah, we're totally gonna get this video kicked off.
All right, I'll shut it off. But you get the idea. Yeah, you're right. We probably will. I probably shouldn't have done that. But we already had one from earlier.
All good.
Nah, that other one wouldn't have gotten us claimed. That one probably will, though. I can remove it.
I don't care.
If we have to, I can, is what I'm saying. Oh. So, yeah, my sister got married. This isn't visible, really. I'm not sure why.
Pretty crazy.
In the midst of all this madness. Can you see that better? Yeah, you can see that a little better.
Yeah, I see it.
It's them dancing. Aww. Very nice.
Love it.
They had an interesting choice for music because the first thing they said going in was no country, no rap, and no electronic music. That's what they told the DJ.
So then what was it? Swing?
Mostly rock and a lot of like 60s kind of rock stuff. Like a lot of songs had the word twist in it. Back when twisting was the most popular dance. There was like 3 or 4 songs with like twist and shout and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
It didn't matter. It was still really fun.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
I came out in one of those giant like red person costumes that blow up really big and started dancing with my sister who was the bride. That really weirded some people out.
Why?
Because Mike's family just, I mean, it's a weird thing to do, and they're not expecting something that weird to happen out of nowhere.
They're not as weird as the Kindle family is.
I'd never met him before. So.
Well, it's a good thing that I know the Kindle family well enough to know that you need to expect something like that.
While the wall behind me is covered with birthday balloons from the past half a century.
You got a laundry basket laying around?
No, not right now. I don't have anything crazy laying around. I still think about that all the time. That was the best. I just watched that recently too.
Love it.
I wonder if I should start promoting that video. Make it famous.
Something like that is the type of stuff that trends, though. It goes crazy.
I know, because then I could see it being like the stay inside challenge. Now do the laundry basket.
Yeah, exactly.
That should be the name of it.
Social distancing.
Yeah.
I feel bad. You haven't listened. So what have you been listening to as of recent?
So
you said you haven't been listening to newer stuff.
I've been listening to newer music as much. The last trip I went on, since I couldn't get on a plane, my company said not to. I had an 8-hour drive there, an 8-hour drive back, which I was listening to the music the entire time. But I went back to something I go back to every year at some point. It came earlier this year than most years, which is good old Jimmy Buffett music. And I got right back on that bus again. Which, speaking of, what do you say?
I said that doesn't surprise me.
Which, speaking of, he has a tour right now called the Cabin Fever Tour as well, where he's just playing old shows online, and he's calling it a tour, and he has like tour T-shirts and whatever. So me and all of the volleyball guys were watching that concert at our houses, and like our friend Braden had a margarita outside and was watching the entire concert. These free online concerts are hilarious from all artists.
This is so dumb.
That one almost kind of is because it's not even live, right? At least the other artists are live.
Oh, yeah.
So it was that, and then since I was in a truck, I was listening to some old school country, which I don't know that well still, and I really want to. So I was vibing with that, and then all the normal stuff that I listened to. But I didn't listen to hardly anything new other than the top 50 list I would listen to.
Yeah. It's funny. I actually haven't listened to some of my normal, usual artists in a while. So my Quinn, my 21 Pilots, Zach Brown Band, pretty much all these normal people I listen to, I haven't listened to in a long time. I've been just listening to. I've been on like a rap grind as of recent. Rap, R&B. Basically, since I moved here, that's kind of what I've been vibing with.
I wonder why. It's random.
I have no idea.
But yeah, when I visited you, there was a lot of that. Is this the first podcast since I visited you? That can't be right.
Yeah.
It is?
No, it is. Because if
that
we
was like
didn't
2
do
months
this
ago.
this week, if we didn't do it this week, I was actually going to put forth the idea that you pitched at me when I was drunk.
What was that?
I'm gonna make a video, post it. Then you're gonna make a video, post it, and then we'll just go back and.
Right. That's not a bad idea. I enjoy doing this a little better, but I would still do the other one if it was easier for us.
If this didn't get done this week, I was gonna do it because I've got nothing better to do.
Yep, that's fair. Maybe we can do this and that, but we make that about something very specific. Because clearly everyone's got all the time in the world right now.
Well, this is specific. The other thing could be anything.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, I thought it was fun. One of our buddies, Dan Miller. I don't know what group he was with, but he said he had a group of people where they were doing their goal one night was to drink and then make PowerPoint presentations that they would present to the group on Google Docs or whatever. So about something they were passionate about. So they did that. I don't know who it was with. Were you part of that group?
We should do that. We could do that with other people, or we could just do it with you and I, but that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I liked that idea a lot.
We're not allowed to do it about music. Maybe we are.
He said, what should I do it about? And I was trying to think of something different. I was like, a good argument. I was like, do a whole like speech on when you can wear jorts and when you can't.
I said peanut butter. We can kill that speech. He's very passionate about it.
Dan, if you're listening, I'm sorry. We love you.
That's interesting. I think that could be a lot of fun.
I know. It was like the first week of this whole thing. I'm like, how did they think of that so quickly? But whatever.
I like that.
So, yeah, we could easily do something.
I wonder what mine would be on. Now I'm thinking.
I know a YouTube channel that I've been wanting to create. And I just saw someone make a channel that's doing something really similar, and their name is better than what my name would be. Their name is called Bandsplaining, which is a fantastic name. Are you still? Oh, no, you just weren't moving.
I'm assuming you're just explaining bands.
Yeah, but I don't want to explain, oh, there's a lead singer and there's a drummer and there's this name and this name. I want it to be like why they have such a ridiculous fan base and why the fans like them versus another band. Make it more about that as opposed to facts about the band.
You should compare 21 Pilots to Muse.
Why are you standing?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'll be right back.
Goodbye. All right. Well, I'm gonna sit back down.
Relax. I'm coming.
I'm panicking.
Relax. I'm coming.
Do you remember the nights we used to have where we would go into the chapel of the dorm and I would play piano and you would just chill there and just have a good time?
Yes, I do remember that.
There was a point in the wedding where some of our friends went out to go decorate her car with the just married stuff. They needed me to let them in the door, but they were taking a while, so I'm like, I'm playing in this church. I'm gonna play the piano. Started playing Rocket Man. I'm like, this reminds me back in the day when Sammy and I would go over there. That was a great time. Missed it.
I loved doing that. I absolutely loved it.
There's nothing like church acoustics.
I was just talking to someone about this. I had a lunch. Said her husband is like this really famous rocker. He used to like guitar with Neil Diamond, and this guy's kind of just been doing guitar for all these main people. And I was having a lunch with her, and I had said, and she's married to this guy, and I said, like, does he ever just jam and like you just sit there and listen? And she said, yeah, and then I told her about you. And I was like, that is one of my favorite things. It was when I came home from long day's work or drinking, and there was David playing the guitar.
I like how you say work or drinking. Like both are equally as difficult. Yeah, it was a long day of drinking. Horrible.
Oh, the amount we were, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had fun.
We did. So like I was saying earlier, I did not get a chance to listen to Gambino's album. I listened to the one song, which I can't. What was the name of it? It's the one with Selena Gomez.
Time.
My first thoughts on that were, it feels like an attempt at something to be really different and unique, but it's coming off kind of like he's trying too hard. And then when it got further into the song, I'm like, no, this is just awesome. Like this is great. I love it. It totally changed because the way he mixed everything just sounded fantastic. Like threw all the cheesiness that could have been there out of there.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on that song. Other than that, I don't have anything to say. Oh, I have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
Looking at the titles of the song, is this timestamps for when they began on the album?
Yes.
So there's 000 or 0.00 algorithm, time, and then 12.38, and then all the rest of them after that are times. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so I was thinking, so initially when I saw that and I saw the very white, boring album art, I thought, how lazy. for what is supposed to be your final record under this name, and that's how you're going to go about it, that's pretty darn lazy. But then I thought, and I stopped, and I went, okay, this is Donald Glover we're talking about. So I don't know if you know the history behind his last album, or not Redbone, not Awaken My Love, but Kauai.
Okay.
But basically, because the internet was released with a 72-page script, and it was online. It was not a physical script. It was an online script. And it was embedded in the code of the script of the website it was on. You had to really dig, and within the code was something. It like had a website. You had to go to the website and then enter a code into this website, and then it would release Kauai nationwide. So like the album was already made and it was sitting there ready to go, and you had to go through all that stuff to get it released, right?
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
That was like a big deal. So the more I look at this, the more I think, okay, maybe there's a greater meaning to why it's a complete white album and to why there's timestamps. I was thinking like a Morse code, like there's some type of code there, right?
You think so?
There has to be. I mean, literally, the song, I think it's 39:28 or 42:26. It's literally Summertime Magic or whatever that song was called from his single. What was that? Oh, Feels Like Summer. Feels Like Summer.
Was what?
Feels Like Summer. He released a single back in 2018.
Yeah, I know this
called
song.
Feels Like Summer and Summertime Magic. And Feels Like Summer is the song. It's the exact same thing as 42:26. So he changed the name of the song to 42:26. So there's a reason he's putting the timestamps on there.
Oh, so that song is on this album, but it's got a different name?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. And the fact that one's called Time and one's called, I think the fact that one's called Algorithm.
Algorithm. There's got to be something there that's hidden that we don't know of yet. Beyond that, though, the album, my first impression, I'm going to be honest with you, David. First impression, it was okay, not his best work. Probably a 6 out of 10. That was a first impression. Remember, I've had a week to listen to this album since then. First impression was a 6 out of 10, and I didn't think it was his best stuff. I felt like he was trying really hard to combine all of his past sounds together, and there were some songs where it hit well, and there were some songs that it was, okay.
Isn't that kind of interesting that we both started ours off with, we felt like he was trying? I think that's a little interesting.
Yeah. But I also know that this is his last, technically, supposedly, his last album under Childish Gambino. Now, that's why I felt that way, where he was trying to combine those past sounds together into one entity. And I didn't think, like I said, there were some songs I loved them. I loved the hook. I loved the rap. I loved it all. I loved the mixing. I loved the sounds put together. It was well done. But then there were other songs where I was like, I could skip this if it wasn't Gambino, I'd skip it, right? So that was my initial thought. Now, after having listened to it probably 10 times, not that bad of an album. I'd probably go up to 7.8. So almost an 8. It's not his best work still, but
is it his worst album that he's ever made?
Album? Yeah.
Yes. You think so?
Yeah.
All right, you're on the record saying it. We'll come back to this at some point in time.
I know, I'm going to regret saying that.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
I like that you went
think
for
it
it
was-
anyway, though. It's fun to watch that progression sometimes.
I do. But like I said, I enjoyed it still. After having listened to it several times, I do enjoy the album. I enjoy some of the sounds he's created. I think it's very unique, but at the same time, it's not. He's got some better stuff out there. There are some absolute heaters on this album, though, that if you don't listen to the whole thing, okay, fine. But there are some heaters on this album.
Do you remember which numbers
So-
they are?
I do. Are you ready? If you want to write them down.
I will, actually. Even though I
You're
will
not going to listen to
I will listen to the whole thing, but I want to make sure I'm fully paying attention at the right times.
All right. 3531 has my favorite hook in the entire album. The hook is just amazing. It just sounds like a schoolgirl skit, and I love it.
All right.
3928 has perfect harmonization. You know, he's got some higher pitch, some lower pitch, all mixed together. Sounds really well. And then the last song on the album, 5349, you know, Childish Gambino's known to close his albums really well, and he did it again here. That song is a heater, and he just goes hard. You know me and bangers. I love bangers, and this song is a banger.
I wish we could play him on here so that people could listen to it, so that I could listen to it.
So those are the top 3 for me.
All right, I wrote it down. I'll have to give an update on this. I things have been so insane in this past couple weeks here that I didn't even know that this came out. Had I known, I'm sure.
I didn't tell you how this all happened. So yeah, because you haven't really been aware. So
No, I have no idea.
the album was leaked by a tweet. And it just was a link to a website called DonaldGloverPresents.com. And you clicked on the link. This was the day of the album. What's the title of the album? It was March 15th. So 2 weeks ago. It was leaked on that Sunday or Saturday or whatever. And you had to click on the link. So the album is about an hour long, maybe a little less. 57 minutes, something like that.
Let me tell you by the
57
timestamp.
good. 57 minutes. So the album streamed for that 57 minutes, and then it was gone. It's like it never existed. And it was just gone. I was like, wait, what? Where'd it go? What? I was totally jamming out, and then I was like, no, I thought it was going to keep going. I could totally keep vibing on this website.
How soon did you make it to it? How soon did you see it after you posted it? Like halfway through or something?
I mean, I recognized probably half the songs when they were released. So I missed both songs with Ariana Grande and 21 Savage. So.
Well, they're at the beginning, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So I missed those, and then when I finally got in, heard about half, and then it was just gone. And about a half a week went by, and I went, I really hope he releases that, like actually releases that, so I can actually listen to it all the way through. And because at that point I had saw on the internet that he had a song with Ariana Grande. I saw on the internet he had a song with 21 Savage, and I was like, oh my God, like, how did I miss this? And then
well, I'm sure someone had recorded them, right?
But I couldn't find anything. I don't know. So anyways, I then pulled it up last Saturday was the official release of the album, and it's been released since, or last Sunday. So But yeah, that's kind of how it was released. I just wanted to give you the backstory because I don't think
That's
you knew
awesome.
that.
I love it when artists do stuff like that. I don't care if it's kind of like, it's not cheesy exactly, but it's just gimmicky. That's the right word. Even if it's a gimmick, there's something about it that's so fun.
Yeah. Well, and it adds to the whole Donald Glover enigma.
Yeah, yeah. He always finds a way to do something different.
Well, look at his last album, "Awaken My Love." He had a virtual reality for his thing.
Can you explain that again? I remember this barely, but I can't think of what actually happened.
If you bought his album, it came with like a virtual reality set that you could put, and you were in like a virtual reality realm. I'm dead serious.
I know
He's
you
always
are.
screwed in that he has no idea what he needs to be doing, and he somehow does it good.
So one album that this reminded me of, which doesn't, I don't, to my knowledge, has no deeper meaning, but maybe there is deeper meaning. I have no idea. Is Kendrick's Untitled, where it's all Untitled, Untitled 2, Untitled 3, and it's got all sorts of dates on there for all the songs. It just seems similar to me, where he's got like a date for everything. But I don't think his had any deeper meaning. And I bet you're right with Gambino, because clearly, based on what you just said, he does that.
Well, and if it's his last album, he's got to do something. You're not going to leave it like an unfinished project. There's a reason he's doing that. Just, he's put so much time, effort, and talent into past albums. It would be weird for him to just give up on it.
I can't imagine what it could be. Like, what could it lead to that would be worthwhile to make your whole entire album lead up to it? Right?
Another album?
It could be. No, it definitely could be that.
I'd be so hyped.
Like it just says, did you all think I was
amazing?
It's going to spell out, did you all think I was so stupid that I was going to stop doing this for y'all? This is my favorite thing in the world.
Oh, I'd love that. I would love that. Have you listened to The Weeknd's new album?
Nope. I listened to Dua Lipa's, but I didn't listen to The Weeknd's.
Oh, and I didn't listen to hers yet. I heard her album was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
I did not listen to hers yet.
So, The Weeknd's album, since you brought that up first, let's go over that.
Weeknd's album was good. Hold on. It was all right. It wasn't great. It was all right.
I've become less and less of a Weeknd fan as the years go on.
Yeah.
I think he's just losing some of his creativity a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. He's got a creative vibe to him. It's just a little different. And I don't know. I did not, like I said, I really felt like, why the hell are there like 5 different albums of this? Hold on, I'm fairly confused right now.
Did he do some crazy thing also? Some sort of gimmick?
After Hours Deluxe, After Hours Deluxe, After Hours Deluxe, After Hours. I'm just going to go to the first release, After Hours.
We got it.
I mean, Blinding Lights easily my favorite song on the album. And
All right, here, let me tell you. At least one of these says explicit and one of them doesn't.
Oh, you're right. But they all have extra songs.
They all say deluxe.
Look at it. So from After Hours, there's 14 songs. After Hours Deluxe, 19. After Hours Deluxe, 22. After Hours Deluxe, 22. So one of them is a unexplicit. The other one is an explicit. So the first one is an explicit. The second one is unexplicit, same thing. So he's added songs since the release of the initial album.
Scared to Live SNL Live. Is that on this other one?
Yeah, well, that's on the first album.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. Yes, that is confusing.
Well, all right. So looking at this, I felt like the best songs are probably some of the less played songs. I felt like Escape from LA is a great song. I felt like Hardest to Love was a good song. This is not counting singles, by the way. It sounds like he's super depressed in his music, though. And that just kind of surprised me. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, he's never been like super happy though. I can't think of any songs that are like pumped. It's usually like he's on drugs.
Come on, Boy. That song was totally a pump up song.
I agree. That one is, but that's rare for him.
You're right. And although I Can't Feel My Face was also a good.
Yeah, they had a few singles that were, but as far as albums go, the general vibe was not happy-go-lucky.
You're right. You are right. But this album was depressing. I mean, it wasn't like a happy vibe album, which I kind of liked. I thought it was a little darker. I enjoyed that.
Did it meet you where you were at?
No. Not at all.
I don't know. Just asking.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It didn't stand out to me. It was a good one-time listen. That's about it. That's my honest opinion on it.
I don't know. I'm not too interested in listening to it for whatever reason. I just feel like their stuff drags on sometimes, but if you recommend it, I will.
David, it is one guy. Quit saying there.
I don't know why I always say them. I've said them since the beginning of it. I know it's one guy. I'm well aware of who he is, and I've watched him sing. I've seen interviews. I don't know why I keep saying they. The Weeknd doesn't sound like a guy's name.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a band. I agree, but
it's like there's some other examples where I do that too. I think I can't think of who it is.
Well, what's his name? You call
Sway Lee a she? That's just because I genuinely had no idea who that was. That one's different. I know who the Weeknd is. Or who the Weeknd are.
The other album I did want to talk about before we go to Dua Lipa, keep it on the rap track right now. Rap R&B. This is an R&B. Party Next Door released an album this week called Party Mobile. I waited 4 years for a mediocre album, and that was upsetting. It felt like it was made back in 2016. If you listen to it, it feels like it's made back in 2016, and that was a little offsetting for me. That didn't sit well with me. I thought it was going to be a little more innovative, newer, different. It was not. It felt like it was made right after his last album, Party Next Door 3, or 7 Days, whatever. And It was the same stuff. Whatever. Not pleased.
So
What did you think? Did you?
no,
Oh, you
I
didn't
didn't.
listen.
I didn't. But so I'm kind of torn with that subject, though. In general, it's like when bands come out and try to make something that's with the times and totally lose their feel that they normally have. Sometimes that can be a really big bummer. But when they don't innovate at all and use their same old sound, that can also be a bummer. It's kind of
So
a
then, what would you?
I don't know. That's sort of why it's an
What's the
interesting.
normal album cycle and make an album every 2 years? Because it's a bit ridiculous that he waited 4 years for this. It's a little too late.
Yeah, if it was like 2 years and it was really similar, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad because they'd be slightly changed.
I personally feel like you can create an album though with some of your old sounds and your old, your old vibes, but you can have some modern twists to them. You can make it a little more. I mean, look at Pilots, dude. That's a great example.
Yeah, they do it. They change it up quite a
They
bit
went
and
on
also
a
keep their
long
vibe.
break before their most recent album, and like a longer break than normal, and people still love their most recent album.
Right.
So
But
it's
then you do something
possible to
like
keep
Green
your
Day, who just released the worst album.
What'd you say?
Go ahead.
What?
Then you have somebody like Green Day who releases an album years later and it's just awful. Same stuff. Or not even the same stuff. It's like years prior, it's terrible.
I didn't agree.
You said
I
you
don't
liked
agree
it,
on that.
but I don't know anybody
Yeah,
that likes that album.
unpopular opinion. Most people hated that Green Day album. I felt like rock was back for a second. I loved that.
There was nothing exciting there.
Yeah, I
We,
felt it.
we need to set up like
For,
we need to set up some sort of game for any time we have like a disagreement that big, but a game that's like it's not ask everybody else because we already know that the popular opinion is that it was bad.
yeah, we know that. Yeah.
We got to figure out another way to do that. Anyways, if you ever watch Rhett and Link,
Anytime you're um, okay, I got an idea here. Let me play around with this in my head before I say anything.
uh, Rhett and Link. I don't know if
I
you.
was thinking what we could do is have a pot. And anytime your opinion is an unpopular opinion, you got to throw a buck in a pot. And then we will write down all unpopular opinions from each person and then have the crowd choose from those unpopular opinions. And then you get the pot. And it's going to be a tiny pot. Won't be huge.
We could also let them decide what we get with it.
Sure. Could do that too. I don't know. Just
Yeah,
an
that's
idea. I'm just
good.
trying to
I
think.
like that a lot. I like that a lot. I would be so excited to win that. I would get so into that. We're doing it. We're setting that up. We can do that after this is over, but oh man.
I'm glad I could help you with that. All right, I forgot what I was saying though. All right,
No,
you were talking. You
you
were
were
gonna
going
ask.
over that album. Oh, and I was just saying I think it's interesting how sometimes fans are really upset when it's too similar, like you were just saying, and sometimes fans are upset when it's too different. Like Zach Brown Band this year. They went for something new
True.
and I hated it.
You're
So
right. Sorry, I have to plug in.
I think the reality is it doesn't matter if your music sounds like your previous stuff or not. You just got to make a good album. It doesn't matter what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's all on the production value. I mean, you got to be able to keep some of your original sounds, because if you go too far out there,
So, Dua Lipa had an album, came out Friday. Dua Lipa is one of those people who, like, the albums keep getting better, or not the albums, the music, the artist snuck in. Like, I never wanted to be a fan, and I knew a bunch of songs and enjoyed all of them without even realizing who they were by. And then I was like, wait a minute, they're all by Dua Lipa? All right. So I'm a growing fan. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it wasn't as hype as I was expecting it to be. I thought it was going to be like a massive pump up album, but there were still some songs that were like that. But it was a pop album with electronic pieces to it. But I liked Hallucinate quite a bit. And then I think, yeah, it looks like it's the top song this week, but I liked Break My Heart as well, too. So,
well, she released a music video for that song too. That's probably why it's a top song.
it might be, but it's also good. So,
Yo, I used to think she was not that attractive. She's grown on me big time.
you say that about everybody. I'm just joking.
Okay. No, she's grown on me. And I will say, I did watch the music video to that song. Loved the music video. Loved the colors. It was so vibrant. It was like, bam, and I loved that. Yeah. Yeah.
Should we try to pull up some video on here?
Yeah, just mute it.
Oh well. Let's try it out. Sorry if you can see my mouse on the screen.
Oh, well, I screwed up. There's
What'd you
another
do?
unrated song in 2020, another unrated release, and it's "You Should Be Sad" by Halsey.
What are you talking about?
You heard me.
Who had
We
it
mentioned
really?
underrated releases in 2020. That's
Oh,
one of them.
okay. I had no idea what you were talking
And
about.
I just thought of that, and I went, "Oh my gosh, that was a great hit." Ah, stupid.
All right, now everyone gets to see my Google.
David, Starbucks keeps messaging you too. Just be careful.
Oh, they can't see that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that is true. What am I doing here? I'm looking up.
Day duration. Why are you looking that up?
What? No, this is the John Lennon calculator.
Oh,
John Lennon days.
because it was in your history.
What was the song called? Break My Heart. Is that what I just said?
Yeah.
So I gotta make sure that this audio is off so we don't get claimed. There we go. And I can't make it full screen, but I can do theater mode.
Get rid of the ad.
We're good. Oops. Sorry, folks. Amateur hour. There's you. That's still you. That's still you. There's that one. Holy cow.
Just put it over us. They don't need to see us.
Here, I'll do it like this. So you were saying you like the lighting?
No, I like the colors.
The colors.
Like down to the clothing, the lighting, the backdrops, the set. It's all just well done. I mean, it looks cool. It just looks vibrant, and I love that.
I don't disagree whatsoever. I don't know if I've ever seen what she looks like before. I don't even recognize her. I feel like she's not at like award shows or ceremonies or something. I don't know why.
Like, look at the purple lighting there in the flight.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. They're all on a plane. Do you think this was? There's no way this was filmed on an actual plane. Is that just a green screen? I mean, it's pretty impressive
David,
looking. Yeah, but I don't. How do you do a green screen with a bunch of people in the background? I guess it's like a green screen room.
Yeah, they're standing on green too.
Yeah, you can tell there was clearly a lot that went into this. Whoa.
I just love all the colors.
That was a
dude.
crazy transition.
Oh, that transition where she falls in the tub and then it comes out into a margarita glass. Love. The orange sidewalls with the blue, and then she's in the red that pops. I love it.
Yeah, it's the contrast of the red or the blue and the red right there. It's ridiculous. But it's still vibrant. I feel like vibrant's the right word for this. Was that a sale of some sort of liquor or something? Product placement? Or was it just cool video?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't looking.
Everything's going in reverse. That was cool. Alright, I'm gonna flip it off now. We don't need to watch the rest of this. Oh, it's basically over.
Love it, love it, love it.
Although I hate it when people chew gum like that. It's like, what are you doing?
What, when they fill a bubble?
No, just gum in general is kind of gross.
I chew gum all the time. How the hell did you live with me?
I mean, it doesn't bother me that much. It's just. Oh, hey, somebody said something on here. Somebody said, Jackson said, "Hi, baby. That album was dope. Sammy," with heart eyes. And then it said, "Sammy, respond to me," with a crying face.
That so all right. Wait. I didn't even know those guys were on. I know who they are. Are they still? Did they just say that?
I have no idea when this was. One of them
No,
is
we
10.
were talking about albums. What album were we talking about?
I don't know. I missed which one. It could have been.
Bummer.
Could have been Dua Lipa. Could have been Gambino. Could have been. I'm gonna guess Gambino.
I'm gonna text him and ask.
That was a Hen5 H515 that said that.
Yeah.
We doing this every night now?
I just messaged him. Yeah, I'm down to do it every night. Just talk. And it doesn't need to be for super long either, because we're doing it every night now. Love that, dude.
Oh, by the way, one of the bummers is, I was planning on seeing the Red Hot Chili Peppers in May. And they canceled.
In May?
Yeah.
Oh, they canceled already?
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody's canceling, dude.
So, and I have Bunbury tickets that I bought. I'm about to get so much money back from all these concerts I spent money on. I spent money on like 7 concerts. Hopefully, we can make it to My Chemical Romance, because that's pretty far out.
That's far out, dude. That we better make it to that. I was just thinking about that. Well, I think we better make it to Buffett at this point. I'm nervous about Buffett
I am too.
because they're saying that this is going to the end of June, which means no Buffett.
Buffett's in July.
Oh, he is in July 16th, right?
But
15th, 14th.
think of it this way: if you're Buffett and you got a bunch of old fans,
You can't do that.
even if the thing is like, yeah, we've got some cases still, but there's not that many. I don't know if I see that happening.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm a bit nervous about it. I don't know if Buffett's going to happen this year, but
The one
no
that's a
matter what,
killer for me is Bunbury.
dude,
You went
the
to the
lineup
Bunbury
for
and
Bunbury this year, I was tempted to come back
yeah,
because of Bunbury. That lineup was unbelievable.
it's not canceled yet, but I'm sure it will be. I mean, there's no way you can reschedule that. It's a festival, tons of artists. So
When is that festival?
beginning of May, like May 5th, 6th, and 7th, or something like that.
June 5th, 6th, and 7th.
So still not very likely to have a huge concert.
What a lineup, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was so excited.
It's unreal. I mean,
For the price too. I mean, Bunbury's at a pretty reasonable price considering compared to like some of the
yeah,
other
what is it, 200?
less than that. We paid maybe like 160 because we got our tickets before they announced it though.
Oh, okay.
It might be more now. In fact, it is. I know
Well,
it's
enjoy
more.
it, dude. I mean, dude, even some of the like, what do you call them? I don't want to say openers, just the people that aren't
Not the headliner.
headliners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted
anybody
to
that's
see
not
Cake.
the headliner.
I want to see Cake. I don't know why.
I'm saying, dude, Cake. You've got the Struts.
Yep.
You have, I mean, Max, Coin, Jake Miller. I mean, some of these are big name people that would be headliners at any other festival. Alec Benjamin.
Yep.
I mean, it's a wild lineup, dude. That gets me going. Every time I look at the lineup, I'm like, I need to pay. I need to go. I need to go.
You know, it's funny that you say that because everybody at that announcement party was pissed.
Why?
I don't know. I wasn't. But everyone else was like, really? That's it? Like, they're like, really? That was everybody that was there was disappointed. People were happy about 21 Pilots, but none of the rest. I can't hear you anymore. Something just cut out. Try talking again. Still can't hear you.
Hello.
There it is. Now I can hear you.
Hello.
Yep, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me
I
now?
don't know what that. Yeah, I can hear you. I heard you just fine. So it's interesting you say that though, and it could just be my style of music. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this is my element. Kane Brown, the Yvette Brothers, Marshmello, Angels and Airwaves, Pilots.
I think people
Like,
were
this
really
is what I
bummed about
listen to.
Marshmello and Kane Brown. I think a lot of people were bummed about Marshmello because he's almost like a fake electronic artist. But you know that I love him, and I know that you love him. So
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's just art. Maybe it's just what we like, and why that's why we're not upset with it.
hey, if you're going to Vegas, we need to go see Steve Aoki sometime.
Bro, 2 weeks ago, I could have seen him for $20, but I didn't have the funds.
Where?
Right here in Minnesota.
Really?
Dude, there are so many concerts for like $20 right down the street from me. It's unreal.
That's awesome. I mean, I wish we had that, but
Yeah, Steve Aoki for $20. I was so tempted to go. I was like, you know what? Screw the funds. I'll figure it out.
I didn't know he went anywhere outside of Vegas. He only does like 3 or 4 places outside of Vegas every year. Pretty
He was
sure.
in Minnesota. I was
Interesting.
pissed. Well, that's like Galantis. All they do is Vegas shows. That's it.
Ah, well, we need to go see him. We need to go see him.
Who's Steve Aoki
Yeah.
or Galantis?
I mean, I want to see Galantis too, but you already saw him.
I'll see him again.
So, have you ever thought about what your? I know we've talked about this a little bit. I know your thoughts on some of this. Have you ever thought about what your wedding songs are going to be?
Wedding songs?
I know you had a plan for your first dance song. Yeah, just with my sister getting married, I was thinking about this stuff.
Yeah, I have mm, hmm.
Maybe it's
I
changed.
have
I know at one point, I know what your song that you
for
wanted to.
my first dance song. It really hasn't changed.
Okay.
I really would ideally the best first dance song is still the same, and I'm assuming you're thinking the same one, which is "I Don't Dance" by Lee Brice.
Yes, that's the exact one.
That song is amazing for a first dance.
But I will say, you do dance, like, anytime you're out somewhere. So, I don't know if that even works for you.
I don't slow dance.
No, you don't slow dance. You would with me.
You're right. For a mother's son dance, everybody chooses the same one, which is "My Mama Told Me."
When I was young.
Yeah. What song is that? Oh, Simple Man. Simple Man.
Leonard Skinner.
This simple kind of man. What would yours be?
Um,
Oh, okay. You got a whole list.
no, that list I was going to explain to you. That was the list that the DJ gave my parents for their wedding. So the DJ said, which of these do you want us to play? And I just think that's a really interesting list to see what it was like. So the ones they checked are ones that I guess, there wasn't a bunch that they checked, but I just thought that was pretty dang interesting.
Could I have this dance? That's rap.
What?
Nothing. She's a maniac. So the checks did happen or didn't?
Did. Those were the ones that needed to be in there.
And the ones that weren't?
Were probably played, most of them.
Okay.
But they didn't need to be. I don't know. I just thought that was super interesting to see what DJs were handing out at the time.
Love it. Oh, Country Roads isn't checked. No.
Nope. Oh well. All right. I'm thinking we should wrap this thing up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
We've been going on for an hour and 20 now, so.
Well, we can wrap it up and we can take it up tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do it either tomorrow or the next day or whatever, because every day is the same now. Except on some days some days I don't wake up as early. But yeah.
Same with Saturdays.
What?
I said same with Saturdays.
Saturdays. All right.
It's a Saturday.
All right. Cue the exit music that we don't have.
Dun, 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 dun.
And that concludes the Sunken Submarine podcast for week. I have no idea of season 3. I'm pretty sure we are really good at being consistent on this endeavor. And we will see you guys sometime in the future. Arrivederci.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. I haven't even turned it off yet. We're just still rolling. All right, bye everybody.